You know what I've realized is the $80K that I'm in debt for college, I could have got the 2023 Ford fucking Bronco that I wanted. I don't care what anybody says, a college degree is useless.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Erin, so let's not waste no time. College. Some people feel like college is a waste of time, and some people feel like getting a college degree is useless in 2025. So let's hear what they have to say.
As someone who recently graduated college and an international student, I went to school for a business degree, right? And I just want to ask all the universities out here that who the fuck gives a fuck about your 4 P's of marketing? Like, absolutely no one. And usually I only curse when I'm like extremely either passionate about a certain topic or I am extremely vexed about that topic. So just tell me this, like, everything that is currently being taught in school is absolutely redundant. Like, whatever you are being taught in school can definitely just be learned on like freaking YouTube. And if you are someone who has the ChatGPT plus subscription, just put her on the voice mode and start talking to her, and she will probably teach you everything you learned in an entire semester in like an hour, like 1 hour. That's how bad it is. And the fact is that now when we are in the market for a job, all of these jobs need skills that are not even being taught in school. So like, how the hell exactly are students supposed to get jobs? And they're not getting jobs. That's exactly why no one taught about how to use AI for marketing or building businesses or analytics. All they were teaching was, oh, how to use Tableau. Guess what? No one even uses Tableau anymore that much, because we have AI agents that can actually create entire dashboards for companies. And within the next 6 months, this whole transition is gonna be complete, and most of the entry-level positions in companies are going to be taken over by AI agents. So I don't know what we are supposed to do, but you know what?
You know what I've realized is the $80K that I'm in debt for college, I could have got the 2023 Ford fucking Bronco that I wanted. I don't care what anybody says, a college degree is useless. I said what I said. Like, it's useless. You're telling me that I'm gonna apply to all these jobs, pay a shit ton of money for this fucking piece of paper that's not even gonna work. If I get one more fucking email that says, I'm sorry, we went with another candidate, we will keep you like for other job opportunities. No, it's good, dude. It's good. I'm just gonna go back in my bed and cry because I was
I'm starting to think that my college degrees have been a waste. Hear me out. I have a Bachelor of Arts in English and Journalism with a concentration in creative writing. And then I have a Master of Fine Arts, which is a terminal master's degree in, it's writing, fiction, right? In fiction writing. Originally it was nonfiction, then I switched to fiction, whatever, right? I graduated many years ago. I'm a woman of a certain age. I'm an elder millennial. And I have never been able to find like sustainable work for any like length of time. Now, I did have like a somewhat decent salary at my most recent job, which ended in 2022. But even with that job, the benefits were horrible. And so I was going to have to pay like, I think 3,000 or 4,000 a month for healthcare for my entire family, which at that point, the salary was what? Not only have I never been able to find like sustainable work, I mean, I definitely can't find any work now. I've also have like an insane amount of money, like debt, like it's crazy. We recently, as I've mentioned before, moved back in. Well, we moved into, my parents have a vacant apartment above their garage. And so we moved back in there because we couldn't afford to keep paying where we were paying. And it's sort of like a reset and starting over. But we've been here like 4 months now, and I still can't find a job. and I don't even know what job I want at this point. Like, the jobs that I've been applying to have been influencer marketing jobs because I've been in content creation. I've been in this space for 12 years, right? Going on 13 years. And so that's kind of all I know, but none of that has anything to do with my degrees at all. At all. So as much as it's like cool to say you have these degrees, have they added any value to my life? If anything, I've been shackled with an insane amount of debt, and I'm grateful for what I've learned at school for sure. But I would trade all of it to not have the debt that I have and to be able to actually find a sustainable job, which is partially why I've sort of moved away from any sort of traditional education for my kids, because knowing trigonometry really didn't serve me. Like, the shit that they make you learn in school, whether it's even like your gen ed classes, your first couple of years of college, like, yeah, it, like, you have this well-rounded education, but to what end? I've never used trigonometry in my life, period. Sokotoa what?
College is a scam. Yeah, it is. So I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently they're supposed to be garnishing wages and funds and things like that starting May 5th due to student loans. And I really, really hate to say it, but times like this makes me so glad that I didn't go to college. Even in high school, I always said and knew that college was sort of a scam, and I got made fun of for that mindset. Fast forward a couple years later, here we are. All in all, I knew college really wasn't for me because I only had about $14,000 worth of scholarships. Baby, that's not even gonna pay for the first semester. So I was thinking in the long run, like, yeah, I don't want to owe that much money. Plus interest, I'm out. College is definitely great for those who have a full ride, or for a person that goes into a field that is profitable. Isn't the definition of a scam investing in something and you're not getting whatever you got out of it back plus tenfold? Going into debt about 6 figures and only making 5 figures, that's a scam. That's a literal scam. Mind you, we shouldn't be paying for that anyway. Education should be free. My heart definitely goes out to the people that are owing so much in student loans, especially those who have entered a field that they're passionate about, or the ones who got a degree that they were passionate about and can't even use it because people aren't hiring others with no experience. The job market is trash. Even with a degree, you can't even get hired. So I'm praying for you guys. I pray that you hit the lottery. I pray that your loans get forgiven, disputed, knock off of your credit, because this is just unfair. It really is.
A degree in software engineering is not what it used to be.
At one point, I wanted to go to college to be a software engineer because I really love computers and techie stuff. But once I seen like how much it costs to go to school for stuff like that, I was like, get somebody else to do it.
4 or 5 years ago, when your great aunt asked you what you were going to major in college and you said software engineering, and she replied, oh, you'll always have a job with that major. My husband helps a lot of recent college grads land roles in tech, and what he's seeing over and over again is engineering students transitioning to something like tech sales. Reason being, a lot of college programs for engineering are not as rigorous as they used to be, which means that grads are graduating without the competency to excel in an entry-level software engineering job. On top of that, a lot of their work is getting automated by AI. And then what he actually sees most commonly is people come to terms with the reality that being a software engineer is long 10-hour days, minimal human involvement, fixing back-end code in some company's security software. If that's your jam, that's awesome. Software engineering could be a great role for you. But if that sounds like your worst nightmare, then it might be time to pivot. What's cool is sales is a great way to get that human involvement, but then still have a foundation in tech, which for a lot of people, that's why they were interested in software to begin with.
If you think your degree alone is going to get you a job, you're fried in this job market. Unless you went to a top 20 school and did extremely well, then maybe you can submit an application and expect an email back. But even then, some kid who went to some no-name school, but his dad is a client at JP Morgan, is going to get 10 emails back from recruiters before your resume even gets past the automated system. I know it sucks. You're probably thinking, I'm putting in all this work, I'm getting good grades, I'm paying for college, I should be able to get a job, right? Wrong. You have to move different nowadays. Getting a referral isn't an option anymore. It's mandatory. So where do you get these referrals from? You go on LinkedIn and find people that went to your same college or are in some same activity that you're doing. And this is very important. Do not message them on LinkedIn. Find their work or personal email and email them. They're way more likely to respond to it because they check their email every day. Corporate people don't go on LinkedIn to respond to messages and do work. They go on it just like you go on TikTok to doom scroll and see what other people are doing. Usually their email is on their LinkedIn page or in that little contact info section on their page. It's the same format for every company. First name dot last name at goldmanstanley.com or first initial last name at goldmanstanley.com. It's always some variation of that, and if you can't find it, just use Google. I promise you it's on there somewhere. I guarantee you if you email them and show genuine interest, they'll reply back 90% of the time. Yes, the job market is bad, but a lot of people and a lot of applicants are submitting cold applications without talking to the team and expecting to be offered an interview. Times have changed. You can't do that anymore. You have to get a referral or find a way in. Follow for more.
Guys, one thing I'm starting to realise, as I research the job market more, I'm having more interviews, all of that, is that university degrees, are becoming more and more worthless. Like, listen, so the other day I had a job interview, right? This guy was there also, and he was telling me how he graduated a year ago. He got a first class at a Russell Group uni in a relatively good course. So when I asked him, so why are you applying for this job? Because he has an engineering degree, which is completely unrelated to the job, the sales job that I was applying for. And he said there's literally no flipping jobs, and his degree has basically been zero use. So it just makes me question, why am I here? Why the flip am I sat here, working for hours and hours on this degree that's basically I'm still gonna be unemployed. I genuinely feel like unless you're doing a degree like that's going to lead you directly to a job such as medicine, healthcare, nursing, midwifery, all of that, there is no point coming to uni because you're going to be in the same position you are before the degree. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's stressing me out so much finding out how many people are applying for the same jobs as me, but they have full university degrees at Russell Group's first class in like good courses and still fighting for their lives trying to get hired at literally like sales jobs, McDonald's, stuff like this. And it's just insane, right? Because growing up and like in school, they make it sound like you get your degree and you're sorted for life. All you have to do is get your degree, study for your degree, get a first class 2-1 whatever, and you're sorted. That is not the case anymore. I don't know how it used to be. That is not the case anymore, genuinely. If you're considering coming to uni, all I'm saying is honestly look at what pathway you're gonna go down. And
the moment I realized a university degree was useless to me was the moment clients started paying me $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 per month, and not once have they asked me if I had a degree. People will pay you thousands of dollars to do work for them, and they don't even care if you went to school or not. They only care if you're qualified and competent to do the work they hired you for. If a client comes to me and they need help with marketing or if they need help with content, they never ask, do you have a marketing degree? Do you have a content degree? If you're good at what you do, nobody cares about your certificates, your awards, your diplomas, your degrees, nothing. They just want the job done.
Talk about college and why it's a scam. This is coming from someone who was in college, all right? I was in the rat race. A lot of people get mad at me when I say this, but this is the truth. 95% of college degrees are useless nowadays. And you're paying anywhere upwards of like 30 to 50K just to go to some mid school and get mid information. Anything and everything that you can learn from college, you can learn from an online course or YouTube for absolutely free or significantly less than what you paid to go to college. If you're going to college for anything other than being a doctor, lawyer, or engineer, it is absolutely a waste of time. The information is already out there for free. And you want to know what the craziest thing is? People are graduating from college, getting themselves in debt to not be able to find a job. And when they do find a job, it gets replaced because what's out there now? AI. AI is completely taking over, and we're seeing this right now firsthand. AI can do just about anything already, and it's already in its infancy stages right now. Just imagine 5 years, 10 years from now. Even jobs that were originally safe, like lawyers, doctors, and engineers, are in jeopardy because of AI. AI can literally pass the bar exam now, which if you're not familiar is like the main test to become a lawyer. I'm telling you, bro, we're not far away from the first AI court case where you don't even need a lawyer no more. You're just gonna have an AI fighting your case for you. And that's the point that I'm trying to get across, right? People are going to college, getting themselves in severe debt just to get a job that's going to get replaced by AI. From a business standpoint, it just makes sense. If I'm the CEO of a company, why would I pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for employees to do tasks when I could just have AI do it for $0? The main goal for most business owners is to lower overhead costs so they can increase profit margins. So how do you overcome this? Don't work for someone else. Work for yourself and start a business. You want to use AI, not be replaced by it. Look, all I'm saying is they better drop them college prices, or I'm gonna just go to YouTube University, where the information is free and better.
College isn't worth it anymore. In 2025, anything that involves that much money is not about the product or service. It's about using that product or service as a vehicle to maximize profit. The interest rate on student loans are predatory. You will be in debt for the rest of your life if you take out student loans. But what about the high-paying job you'll get when you graduate? When I graduated with a chemistry degree, I couldn't find anything. I didn't even get hired at the animal shelter I applied to. I eventually got hired at a candle factory making $12 an hour, and my next job was at a spice factory making $15 an hour. That was in 2013, so it was more than what it is right now, but I was not living a comfortable life on that amount of money. So how do you actually get a good job that pays well? In 2025, companies don't care about whether you have a degree or not. They just want someone who can come in and do the job on day one. I know it's not fair, but that's how it is. So how do you get a job at entry level if you have no experience? You give yourself experience by learning the skills online and building a portfolio as you learn. Learning a new skill and building a portfolio takes a lot less time, effort, and money than going to college. My full-time job now is helping people get their first entry-level data analytics job by teaching the skills they need, providing 10 guided portfolio projects, and biggest thing of all, giving the empowerment to believe that they can actually do this. Because the skills you need are something anyone can do, but sitting down and saying, I'm actually going to do this now is something that most people don't do. I still have people in my Discord coming back 2 years later after getting their first data analytics job saying, thank you for changing my life. I'm on my second data analytics job now because I just got promoted. They did all the work, they learned the skill, all they needed was someone behind them telling them they can do it, and here's how. So bringing this back to college, if you know the exact job you want and it requires a degree, you should go to college. If you're not really sure, please don't go to college. Please don't spend tens of thousands of dollars to be in debt for the rest of your life and not even be guaranteed a job. So let me know if you wish you did or didn't go to college, and let's see if we can come to a consensus on this.
Is there even still a point, yeah, of trying to pursue like a degree in this modern day and age, yeah? Only because of the fact that the value of a degree has gone down so bad, bro. It's gone down so drastically. It's like, imagine BTC dumping all the way to its all-time low. Only because, like, think of it like this, yeah? Supply and demand. Obviously, most jobs require a degree. If so many people now have a degree, then the supply is going to be so high. The supply is going to be so high, but the demand is not going to be as high because there's just too much of the supply in it. Not only just that, yeah, but it's just like, bro, you're telling me you're going to spend 3 or 4 years, yeah, going to study that one thing, and then when you now enter the job that you're supposed to enter, you're now telling me that you still don't even know what you're doing and you're now learning on the job. Then what was the point of going to university in the first place? Like, and most man, they go to degrees for vibes, bro. They don't even end up doing the career path that they wanted to do. Like, you're better off just not going to uni at all and then doing an apprenticeship or just like getting a mentor. I never understood the phase in it. That's why I never went to uni, and I'm still glad that I didn't go to uni because it's just a waste of time and waste of money. Like, for example, how can you go to university to learn business, bro, by someone that doesn't even run a business? Why wouldn't you just go to someone who runs successful?
I'm trying to apply for jobs right now, and the thing is that...
Hi, I would like to respond to the pretty lady with the 2 degrees. I also have 2 degrees, and this one's my master's and this is my bachelor's. So basically, if you ain't got experience, they don't give a fuck, girl. They don't give a fuck. But you say, well, how am I supposed to get experience if you don't hire me? They don't care. Okay, so Bart, Bob, whatever, don't take that job, girl. But it's a never-ending cycle. So these here that you worked very hard for are virtually useless. So I'm sorry. I mean, you feel smart as hell looking at your degrees, but you know, I did the same thing you did, where you look at these and it's like, well, why did I waste those years when I could have been getting experience? Because now it's biting me in the ass. It happens.
Are we getting degrees for nothing?
No, not nothing, but degrees have less value than they did 10 years ago. The reason for it is because everything is free and learnable on the internet. Companies don't really care anymore how you got that information. They just want to know, do you have the skills we're looking for? That means if you went to a 4-year degree and got those skills, or if you didn't go to school and you got those skills from the internet, it's pretty much the same thing now.
But where college does have the advantage is your network, some structure, just a break for 4 years.
Tell me why I went to a fashion business school. Here's my degree. I went to a fashion business school and I cannot even get a job that makes more than $17 an hour. I work for big brands. Like, I have experience working for luxury brands. I have multiple internships under my belt. I'm very smart. I'm very capable. And literally none of these places are hiring. Every single job, especially where I'm applying to in Manhattan, because it's the fashion capital of the world. I'm like, if I'm going to go anywhere, it's going to be Manhattan. I cannot get a job that pays more than like $17 an hour. Like, am I gonna be poor forever? Like, I'm just like, I can't. And people are like, just keep applying. I'm like, I've been applying every single day doing hundreds of applications. I'm about to call my school up and say that this degree that I spent 4 years trying to get, 4 years, was a waste of money.
Let's keep the conversation going in the comment section below. Do you feel like having a college degree is useless, or do you feel like college is a waste of time in the year 2025? Let me know down below. So if you did make it to the end of today's video, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss no content from me in the future. So with that being said, I'll see y'all in my next upload. Bye y'all.